In today's dating world, the signals can get so incredibly mixed. It can leave you feeling just confused and maybe even a little less than your worth. But what if you could cut through all that noise? What if you could not only figure out what's happening, but also take your power back? Okay, let's get into it. Let's figure out how to stop settling for crumbs and start demanding the full meal you absolutely deserve.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you're just being kept on the hook? Getting just enough attention to keep you interested, but never, ever enough to feel truly secure or wanted? If you're nodding your head right now, listen, you are not alone. And this whole frustrating experience, it actually has a name.
All right, so let's get clinical for a second. Let's put this behavior under a microscope, because as any good therapist will tell you, the very first step to dealing with something that's hurting you is to give it a clear and accurate name.
And there it is, breadcrumbing. Now, the key here isn't just that the communication is all over the place, it's the intention behind it. The whole goal is to keep your interests simmering, right? To keep you on that back burner without any plan to actually commit to a real, genuine relationship. It's all about those little, sporadic, non-committal, but oh so enticing signals that keep you hoping. So, what does this actually look like day to day? Do any of these ring a bell? That random, hey, thinking of you text that comes late at night but leads to nothing. Or those vague promises, we should totally hang out sometime, that just poof, disappear into thin air. They're liking all your photos on social media, but they can't seem to make a real-life plan. You see the pattern here, right? These are all incredibly low-effort moves designed to get your high-value attention.
And being fed on these tiny emotional crumbs, it comes at a really high price. It's not just annoying. It's genuinely damaging to how we feel about ourselves. So let's talk for a minute about why this hurts so much and what it actually does to us on the inside.
This quote, wow, it just says it all, doesn't it? It's the hope that gets you. You're starving for a real connection, and these tiny little morsels are just enough to keep you waiting at the table, tricking you into believing a real feast is coming any minute now. And just look at this contrast here. It's so clear. On one side, you have the breadcrumber putting in the absolute bare minimum. It's intermittent, it's non-committal. But on your side, the emotional cost is through the roof. It creates so much anxiety, confusion, and that little nagging voice of self-doubt that starts to get louder and louder. This whole imbalance is basically designed to make you question your value, not theirs.
Okay, enough about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. This is the part where you take your power back, and we're going to start with the most important person in this whole equation, which is you.
So here we go, your 4-step plan to rebuild from the inside out. Step 1, acknowledge it. See the pattern and call it what it is. It's breadcrumbing. Step 2, reconnect with what you actually want. What does a healthy, fulfilling relationship even look like to you? Step 3, and this one is huge, redirect that energy. All the time you spent wondering about them, pour it back into yourself. And finally, step 4, please practice self-compassion. This is not your fault. You are not to blame for someone else's inability to communicate like an adult.
Now, once you start to strengthen that inner foundation, it's time to build some strong walls around it to protect it. This is where we get practical. We're going to talk about setting healthy, firm, non-negotiable boundaries.
So, how do we actually stop this cycle? Okay, step 1, define your full meal. What does real, respectful effort actually look like to you? Get specific. Step 2, if you feel up to it, you can communicate your need for consistency, but just one time. This isn't about begging, it's about stating your standard. Step 3, from now on, you judge actions, not their charming but totally empty words. And step 4, which is the most powerful of all, be prepared to walk away from the table. The healthiest response to crumbs is to decide you deserve a whole banquet. And really, that brings us to the most important point. This isn't just about their behavior, it's about your choices. So the question I want to leave you with is this. Are you ready to stop waiting around for someone else to feed you and start baking your own delicious loaf of fulfilling, happy,